What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping in. Today, we have a first look at a knife coming in from Rike. Shout out to them for sending this in. If you like knife and EDC content, you're in the right spot. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I release daily videos. And hit the thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. Let us know what you are carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. So I could not wait any longer. I had to get this thing out of the box. So this does come with a zippered pouch and microfiber cloth sticker, the entire works, right? This is coming in from Rike. It is going to be called the Alien 1 version 2. And I know right away this won't be for everyone, and that's okay. This is more of a collector's piece. Now, I've seen a little bit on this by accident, by just stumbling on a short or a post, but I don't actually know a ton about this knife. I just pulled it out of the box a few minutes before turning this on. I do know we are looking at 2 blades of M390. I've had it out long enough to switch over to the serrated blade. It does come with 2 M390 blades. One's a straight edge, one's a serrated edge. And it is a very simple swap. You unscrew this. There is a spring under there, so be careful. And you pull that off, pull this one out, slide that one in, screw that back in. It's as simple as that. Very easy to switch the blades out. And to take care of that right away, I believe Rike and Katuo, they have spare blades. Now, at what cost? If there is one, I don't know about that. It's one thing I have to clear up with them. Whatever I find out, I will put down in the description. But beyond that, there are extra blades available for this knife. I forget what they're called off the top of my head, but I will have them linked down below in the description. And you can get them very affordably off like Amazon or at certain craft stores. You can pick up a couple of them for a couple of bucks off Amazon if you intend on getting this knife, or maybe you have this knife. I would highly recommend picking up some of them stainless steel budget blades and use those to kind of beat on and save your M390 for a different time, right? It'll only preserve the life of the knife. Now, going back to Katuo and Rike and their replacement blades, I don't know what that all entails. I'll try to link what I can down below or leave you guys with a response down below or in the pinned comment. Now, we are looking at a full titanium body. Everything is titanium. This is not an integral. It is 2 pieces of titanium here, and it is fitted together to give you that integral look, give you that integral feel, but you're not going to be paying that integral money. We do have a milled clip, and it does look like it's going to carry nice and deep in the pocket. You do have a lanyard hole, and this is going to be left-hand friendly. Now, you do have this cutout for deployment. You can use that as like a reverse flick. You can pinch it out with the middle and thumb and then roll it out. You can thumb flick it out. Now, the detent is pretty strong, and if you miss on that cutout like I did the first time, you might stumble on it. It also has what I've seen a person or two call this top fin. That is actually not a deployment method of the knife, at least via the knife. That is actually the blade, and I have failed to see anyone bring that up. That is actually the blade running through this sleeve here and coming out the top. That is what that is. It's not actually, now, did they intend that or how does that work? I don't know. It can be used as a top flipper. It is not the most comfortable thing in the world. It depends on, you know, do you use your hands or not? Do you have soft hands? Do you have working hands? If you have working hands and working, you know, fingertips, you're probably not going to notice it until you've done it like 200 times. But it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it can be done, and that's the only way you're going to be able to manipulate it that way, unless you kind of do like a thumb and wrist flick. You can accomplish opening it that way. If you want to kind of be very casual about it, you can kind of push this down to break the detent and then throw it open if you wanted to do that. So there are plenty of different ways to open this thing up, two-handed, of course. Now, another thing is I saw somebody say that that fin gets in the way. It is down there by the liner, but they don't intend for you to disengage this liner up here. They have this chamfered out so you disengage it there in the middle of the handle. It is not, the fin is down here, but it's not in the way. It's just something you have to recognize and adjust accordingly. Now, this is more of, to me, a collector's item that definitely can get the job done as far as a cutting tool. This is a collector's item. These aren't cheap. These aren't insanely expensive as far as like what you might think. They're not cheap, but this being a full titanium body, and I mean, think about the amount of time that has to go into each side of this piece of titanium. It is utterly insane. I bet each side takes over an hour a piece. I mean, it's gotta be quite a bit of machine time to accomplish something like that. Now, like I said at the beginning, this won't be for everyone. This is going to definitely be more of a niche knife. This is something I've wanted to get my hands on. I'm a collector of knives. I'm a knife enthusiast. I'm not looking for that one perfect knife. I am, but that's not my only goal. I'm looking for, quote unquote, perfect work knives, perfect lightweight knife. I'm on the hunt for all that stuff, of course, but my end goal for myself is not to, find that perfect knife. It's to acquire a bunch of knives that I really enjoy. And whether that's by just looking at them, whether that's fidgeting with them, whether that's how they perform, during tasks, whatever it might be, I'm just after all of it. I am a collector. And that's what I think this is. It's kind of a collector's piece. This is badass. There's nothing else, there's no other way to put it. Is it the most refined thing in the world as far as how, everything is done? No, maybe not, but that doesn't take away how cool this freaking thing really is. It definitely deserves the name and lives up to the name of Alien. That is exactly, especially with the serrated blade in there, that is exactly the vibe I get from this thing. We do have a non-tooled pivot here. It is going to be kind of like a screw on, screw off as far as hand tightened. You can tighten it down pretty good, and you could always get it down a little tighter if you wanted. But in order to break this thing down, you wouldn't want to go like Loctiting it, I don't think. I guess you could, but I probably wouldn't unless you're really having trouble with it working loose. But I don't foresee that being a problem. I could be wrong about that. This is going to be very easy to just maintain, make sure that's tight. Pocket clip, that should be, if you want to switch that over, you'll be able to switch that over to lefty. They do jimp and chamfer that liner there. The detent is strong or stronger on this knife, so you really got to dig in on that cutout there and really be paying attention, because you will miss if you're not paying attention. And I've been trying to find like my sweet spot on certain angles and how I'm deploying it. I've noticed the thumb flick is money up at the top of the cutout, or typically is money as I mess it up. It's money up there like top quarter. And then as far as the reverse flick, see, doing the nail, you can't use your nail because it's too strong. So you got to get like the meat in there and flick it out. So I've been toying with that. It does work. It's just something you kind of got to get used to. Like I said, I've only had it out of the box for a few minutes before I turned the camera on and messed with it just a little bit, and then finally turned the camera on. But so I'm getting used to it as as we go here. But this is not designed to be like your fidget king or your action king or anything like that. So I'm not going to harp too much on the deployments of this thing. Can you get the blade out reliably in some form or fashion? Very easily and very much so. So, that kind of takes care of that. Is it going to be, is every single way the most pleasant and, the most ideal? No, probably not. But the blade can come out, and it can come out very easily one way or the other. Liner lock, I don't think we're going to have any trouble with this. This isn't something you're going to be batoning through a log. So I don't know how much we need to... I don't know how much we need to go into lock testing this. Feels locked up good. Feels good. And I haven't had any issues with Rike or Katuo. As far as the closing action, it's smooth down past 50 and then give it like a little shake and it will go home. I'm going to, I was planning on actually beating the hell out of this thing, with this serrated edge or with those cheapo stainless blades. And I've messed up a couple really good knives, and that's okay. It gives them character. I've messed up a couple recently, and I'm debating now, do I want to use this? And what should I do? Should I use this and beat on it, or should I really put this up and use it as kind of a safe queen type of a deal? I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I was fully intending on beating the hell out of this thing, but it's kind of this is kind of unless you're into this whole side of thing, and this is what you collect, which it's not what I collect. This is way out of the norm for what I like, but I do like this and enjoy this just because of how unique it is. So it's not like I'm going to be buying a ton more of stuff like this. So this is kind of a one of one for me in my collection. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Look how awesome that thing looks. We kind of blab so much that anything else we'll have to save for a different time. But these blades are going to be sharp. The serrated one will be a little different than that straight edge. But it is definitely nice and sharp. Definitely nice and sharp. I really like this thing just because of how unique it is. I know it's for a small percentage of people, and that's okay. Not everything is for everyone. There's not one perfect knife for everyone. I can definitely say that. Being around as long as I have, not every knife is for everyone. But as I always say, there is something out there for everyone. You'll have to let me know. What do you think of the Alien here? We'll do a follow-up video on this when I get a little bit more time with it. And we'll really dive into some of the details and that sort of thing and what I ultimately end up thinking of this thing. Because I am going to carry it and use it. I might not beat the hell out of it initially, but I am going to carry it, use it, and see what this thing is made of. Let me know what you think of the Alien. Let me know what you think of Rike and Katuo. As I always say, head over there and check out what they have on their website. It is one of the most interesting catalogs of knives that you will ever see, and they are made with the utmost respect and refinement. They don't overlook any details. I love what Katuo and Rike are up to over there. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new to the channel, I release daily knife and EDC content just like this. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Ring the bell. That'll notify you anytime I release new content. I'll put a couple of new videos up on your screen. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.